Tonight, a primetime exclusive. Safe houses, computer records, phony documents. The sophisticated underground network that helped Americans in Kuwait.
They fed me, they clothed me, they kept me in hiding. They literally risked their lives every minute.
Meet the people who put their lives on the line to protect U.S. citizens.
We started going around finding safe houses.
The inside story on how Americans in hiding were kept out of the hands of the Iraqis. She could have gone to Harvard, Princeton, Yale. Instead, she threw caution to the wind.
My dream is to fly.
She's the first American ever to make it into the Ivy League of circus schools. Tonight, watch Montana Miller soar to new heights. It's a nation of orphans, a perilous place for children who have nowhere to hide.
We have children who have been tortured. We have children who have been kidnapped. We have children who have been beaten up.
Homeless kids in Guatemala are being killed, and some say it's part of a police campaign. If you're a parent, you dream of the best for your child. You'd like your kid to be successful. Maybe a doctor, a lawyer, president of the United States. Of course, a prestigious school is a must, perhaps studying overseas. Well, Montana Miller's parents must be happy. She got into a highly selective school, and she's tops in her class. There's only one catch. Her career choice is not exactly what you might expect. Jay Shadler found her flying high in France.
When I was a kid, I used to dream about flying. It seemed like a really romantic idea. It seemed like an adventure.
On jette le bouquet final.
I never really thought I'd make it my life or anything. It's not my dream to be in the circus. My dream is to fly.
Then why are you here?
Because this is the best place to fly.
Montana Miller is pursuing a career in higher education.
When Montana was a little girl,
yeah,
could you have ever predicted that she'd end up in the circus?
Never. Never.
Kathleen Cushman is Montana's mom.
But I think of that little picture of her that I saw
Yes.
this afternoon on the trampoline.
Yes, she loved to bounce. It's true. She always loved to bounce on the trampoline.
Maybe that's why Montana's life has taken such a peculiar bounce. Just 2 years ago, she was graduating at the top of her high school class. Amherst was offering a full scholarship, and Harvard, Yale, and Princeton all wanted this salutatorian from Harvard, Massachusetts. But what Montana wanted was 3,000 miles and a world away from an American college dorm.
I think the only big jump is the first time that you take a swing on the trapeze, and that's really a life-changing moment.
What are you trying to prove?
I'm trying to prove that I can be a good trapeze artist. It's hard enough.
She'll be flying in the ring tonight, and moms come to watch.
How are you? Good.
Now, most parents, to put it politely, would be very resistant to the idea of their daughter running off to join the circus.
I know many of them think we're completely out of our minds for, quote, letting her do this. They don't understand that with Montana, you don't let her do something. This is a child who decides for herself.
There aren't many circus schools. This is why I'm in France.
What Montana has done has never been done before. The first American admitted to the prestigious National Center for the Circus Arts in Chalons, France. It's the Ivy League of the bizarre. Hundreds try out each year, but only a dozen or so students make the grade. And there's not an MBA or a future lawyer in the lot.
Who are these people?
A lot of kids from broken homes, and a lot of them have wanted to do circus all their lives. Everybody's doing something different, and people are always looking for original ideas.
Let's face it, it's a little strange here.
Yeah, it's very strange here.
And very demanding, especially for this only American in an all-European circus school, and the only woman in an otherwise all-male trapeze troupe. Germaine, Fabrice, Coombe, and Jean-Antoine have no college scholarships waiting in the wings, so they've forced Montana to earn hers.
The French aren't very accepting as a people in general, and in my troupe, they've been very critical of me.
I had an interview this morning with Montana, and she told me that you guys give her a very hard time.
Et je lui ai dit que vous étiez super gentil avec moi.
They're laughing now, but
When I first came into the school, they told me, if we're going to work with you, we've got to change you. The guys work very, very hard physically, and trapeze is really demanding physically. Painful, it's hard. Sometimes I think more hard for girls than for boys. They really don't understand that. And another thing they don't understand is how much emotions can play a part in your physical performance for a girl.
You wrote home at one point to your mom and said, I don't know if I belong here.
Yeah. I don't think it would be one particular moment, just an accumulation of feelings of isolation and loneliness and missing home.
It was at her darkest time that I said to her, this has really gone too far. You're just too depressed. Come back and put yourself in the company of other people who will support you. And she decided, okay, at the end of the year, I'll come home. And after that was when things started to get better.
In fact, by holding her own in this company of strangers, the tricks and the teasing come easier now.
Is it any advantage or disadvantage to having an American woman in the troupe?
The advantages are I can speak English and I know how to type.
Okay, take a letter.
Okay.
Dear Germain, wait for me. You seem so far away. Please, don't let me down.
What are the real dangers? What could go wrong?
What's really dangerous is that if something unexpected happens in the air, or if you lose yourself, lose your concentration and forget where you are in the air, then you can fall really badly in the net. If you land on your head, you can break your neck. The net can be a killer.
Are you brave? Are you a brave person?
I would say I must be brave because I'm so scared, and I do it anyway.
As if to prove the point, just 6 hours before tonight's show, Montana scales the stairs, attempting a trick she's never made before, a double front somersault with a half twist. Danielle is her instructor.
She's been working on it for 3 weeks, 1 month now.
C'est très très dur. Faut être vraiment pile dans le timing avec le porteur.
It's really difficult. The timing with the catcher had to be perfect.
There she goes.
Oui, relâche! Fouettement! Prends-le!
Now, you'd think aerial stunts like that might set a mother to worrying. But then, how many moms do you know willing to try this? Anyway, it's a mother's prerogative to worry about anything she wants.
I can't explain it. All I can say is I have utter confidence in her in the air. On the street, she's still my baby. I still wish she'd wear a bike helmet.
Sometimes it's a little shocking for me to hear her say, oh, be careful on your bike on the way home.
She's worried about you being on a bicycle and you're 50 feet up in the air.
Yeah, and the strange thing is, she ought to be scared. It's dangerous.
It's also showtime. This end-of-the-year performance at the school is part final exam, part job audition. In the audience, scouts from some of the most creative circuses in the world will be looking for recruits. Though Montana's trapeze troupe won't graduate until next year, their act tonight is a very public test of their private daring. But unlike typical American big tops, this is the new circus, where nothing is traditional, not even an entrance.
It's sort of a takeoff on the corporate world, on people who go to their offices every day. They get up, they take their briefcase, they go to work, and there's no meaning to their work or their lives. The main thing that we want to do is affect the audience. We'd like to make them think.
But I always thought a circus was supposed to be a place where people came and had fun.
Traditionally, yeah.
Now they're supposed to come and think?
It'd be nice, yeah, we'd like that.
You got a message for those friends of yours who chose the college dorm over the circus tent?
Well, so many of them say, I want to travel too. I want to do interesting things too. I would say, really, don't put things off. Do what you can to follow your dreams, even if they're strange.
After graduation next spring, Montana and her troupe will try to get jobs with a real circus. In the meantime, Montana and her mom have written a book about Montana's experience called Circus Dreams.
England's famed King's Singers celebrate